Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my life. My name is Josh Chilton, I'm a Canadian artist, and this is my life. Okay, so I've just boarded the ferry in the Royal Navy Dockyard, Bermuda, on our way to Hamilton, and we're going to see what awaits us in Hamilton. Quick view of what the ferry looks like. Not bad. I've got some videos downloaded on my tablet. I'm going to time how long it takes to see which ferry I need to catch back, because it's the difference between me spending 2 hours or half an hour in Hamilton, and I'm hoping I can catch the 3:15 ferry boat. Hello, I'm still here. So to reiterate, I don't get more than a couple hours off in between shifts, and the ferry leading me from the King's Wharf or the Royal Navy Dockyard into Hamilton runs about every hour and a half. And so I was really cautious about which ferry schedule I was going to be able to catch, because if I missed the boat, I would be late for my shift, and there are very serious ramifications for that on the cruise ship. With that explanation underway, please enjoy some of the footage of my journey into Hamilton, Bermuda.
I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast, and every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars.
Now, Hamilton is the largest city in Bermuda, and it is the capital of the country. I had a great time walking around during the duration of this video. I will also add quickly right now, I don't have access to my normal studio this week, which is why I'm recording here. And I am very busy right now working on the ship tour for the Norwegian Joy as it was in 2023. So that's something to look forward to. It's going to be the next video coming out at the end of September. But for now, please enjoy my experience walking around Bermuda, Hamilton. Okay, so we are in Hamilton, in Bermuda today, and I'm just going to be walking around primarily and seeing the sights. It actually seems like a pretty bustling city for the time being. Cars, big buildings coming in, you can see all of the residential areas. So it's going to be pretty cool. Might buy some stuff, maybe rent a scooter. I think that's probably a good use of my time. Would have been good if I had thought to get my GoPro. I've rented an electric scooter, and I'm gonna zip around the town on that. Hopefully save myself some time while exploring. There's a City Hall of Arts. I don't know if it's showing up on camera properly. I'd love to check it out, but I'm gonna be too busy running around looking at all the things that I could be looking at. That's quite the view. I'm probably going to head over and try to get some pictures to do some drawing. Fine, that's retails. Here's that church. I changed my bloody field of view. And yeah, it's really cool. It's exactly the kind of architecture I love, this big Gothic feeling. I've got to find a good angle to draw this. So much of the stone and brickwork in Bermuda is carved out like this. Gives the appearance of coral, because it's all sedimentary rock, high carbonate content, probably from layers of ocean debris. It's just really cool to see all the structures like that, worn away like this. I think this would be my spot if I had the time to sit here and wait. There's a cute little stairway going down here, down to the alley below, and I've got a view of the cathedral like this here. I'm going to walk around a little bit more, see about finding the best angle, and then take some reference photos to draw it all in. This is also a really amazing angle, so I'm going to get both. It's just so cool. And unsurprisingly, I did end up drawing the building. I used this photo a ton during my mobile photography seminars, which I will talk about in later vlogs. But here's some of the different editing techniques that I use to change the tone of the actual photos. As for the drawing that of course I did of this building, here it is. Wow, look at that. It's a church. I love churches. This clip was just me gathering additional reference for the drawing so that I could see the details. I've just reached the crest of a hill here that I think is really pretty. All the exposed wiring and being able to see down into the water there. I don't know. Something about this little spot just sort of struck me. I have to say I am really enjoying just being able to feel free, ride around and explore loosely the area. Looks like I've got more to go up there. Well, if this just isn't like a concept artist's dream, the architecture in Bermuda is so cool and varied. And maybe it's me because it's new and different, and people from Bermuda would love architecture in Calgary, because this is ultimately just a plain stucco building. But I think they're really cool. I think for me, the importance of something being new can't really be overstated or understated, or whatever you want to say. Seeing variety in the world and every aspect is so important for me, and like, I guess my sanity, because I stagnate quickly. I get bored really easily. And so having those new experiences, seeing new places, even simple things can really excite me, because it is ultimately a new experience. It's all about enriching life, what life is all about, trying something new. So today for Bermuda, this is good. Everything is very new. I've just found a beautiful little park here. Really nice gazebo. Yeah, it feels like a nice place to sort of take a stroll through. It looks like there's lots of little parks scattered around, and just over those trees is the church that I was gawking over earlier. All right, I'm back in front of that City Hall building. Looks like there's a mall here, so I'm gonna quit the scooter and go walk around inside, see if I can maybe find something to eat. I find myself in an interesting position presently, facing something of an internal paradox, where despite accomplishing pretty much everything that I've set out to do, I'm feeling a bit empty right now. And I think it's a combination of being worried about making sure I catch the shuttle back to the ship, not having enough time to really do what I want. I feel like I've been, although accomplishing the goal, doing it shallowly. I don't have a lot of time to actually go out and really embrace or enrich myself in the culture or the things around. It's this glancing view of the places that I'm going to. On top of that, I find that experience only really has significant value if it can be shared. There's merits to personal enrichment, but what I'm doing is best experienced in the company of others, to share those views, the things that you're seeing and thinking, trying if you're eating something new. And although I have a camera to speak to, it's different than having another person. So I find myself at the moment feeling very lonely, or I'm not able to talk to the friends and family that I'd like to, even on the phone. Family's busy. My partner is on a flight down to Mexico, where she's actually going to have a proper vacation and being able to accomplish the things that she wants. But ultimately, I am still here working 10 hours a day for the next 4 months. And so I feel like my time is almost better spent just resting and relaxing, going back to my cabin and watching some of the shows that I've downloaded, having something sweet, resting, rather than walking around in the hot sun when I know I have a 6-hour shift ahead of me. Looking back on it, this was actually a major turning point for my psychology over the course of the cruise ship, because I went into this seeking and craving experience and travel to see the world. And I came to the recognition that although I had seen all of these different countries at this point, I really wasn't touring them properly. I wasn't fully engaging with the culture, and this is something that has kind of echoed through some of my other videos, notably in Costa Rica. I talk about we've got this beautiful city and I only see this much of it. That recognition really came into place here as I was walking around Hamilton, because I recognized that all I was really doing was looking at buildings that I wanted to go and see, knowing that I wouldn't have the time to properly explore them. So I'm too busy looking at the things that I want to be looking at to go inside and actually look at them. I know that's a bit convoluted, but it changed my mentality where I'm just in Bermuda. I'm in Bermuda for months, and it's exhausting just existing on the cruise ship as it was. And so it no longer became beneficial to my survival to go out and tour and visit the crystal caves or the pink sand beaches, because I was exhausted all the time and my energy was better conserved, spent sleeping, resting, watching shows, or eating chocolate. So over the course of these videos, you will see that I start significantly gaining weight, which now in modern future times, I've lost a lot of that because I'm exercising and taking care of my body, but my mental and physical health deteriorated significantly from this point on as the cruise continued, because I wasn't doing any of the things that I started the cruise to do. Just sort of an interesting dilemma to work through. Something I'm learning about myself, or at least something that I'd want to try, is actually researching and learning about the places that I'm going to before I go there. The cruise so far has been very on a whim. I don't really know where I'm going or what the itinerary is. I'm just there to experience things as they happen. But again, that leads to the very shallow form of experience where I'm just glancing by at buildings, trying to take in little bits that I can, compared to actually picking a location, studying up and researching, and then going and experiencing the things I know to predict. And then I can actually have something to talk about and educate, especially if I'm vlogging and recording. As an example, here in Bermuda, almost all of the building rooms are white. They're white roofs, which is not something I'm used to coming from Canada. And I think that the main reason for that is to preserve heat, or I guess remove heat, rather than the black roofs absorbing it like you would in Canada to help melt snow. The white reflects it. But that would be something that's interesting to know as a talking point if I had actually researched in advance. Don't let any of this say that you shouldn't go on a cruise ship. I absolutely still encourage anybody who has even the slightest interest to apply for any cruise ship position and at least do one contract, because the experience and enrichment that I got from it was still absolutely amazing. As for the side of research, something that I've thought to myself as I'm editing these videos is, why don't you just pull out your phone and look at it there? I don't have data. I didn't have access to the internet consistently. There wasn't a phone plan that I could use. It was extremely expensive to use the internet, both on the ship and just cellular data as it was. So I couldn't have even spent most of my time on the ship actually reading about the countries that I was going to, because I did not have internet access. When I talk about downloading shows, you can't stream things when you're on the ship. I'm very fortunate as a crew that I go into port to take photos of people in the terminal, and I would bring my iPad with me as we were setting up and use the terminal's Wi-Fi to download shows off Disney Plus or Prime or Netflix or whatever I wanted to watch. But it continues to reiterate that as I've gone into the future and later I visit Chile and Colombia, and I've got a series of videos already recorded about Eastern and Western Canada, I've done a lot of that. I'm not still as good as I want to be. The quality of my videos will ever continue to improve, but I start doing a lot more actual documentation of the environments that I'm in, rather than just wandering around a place like I have been for the last 10 videos or so. Anyway, at the moment I've just found a really beautiful park, and I think I'm going to find a spot to sit. I've got a chocolate bar in my bag. Maybe I should go back to the mall, grab that pack of chocolate bars, and sit here for a bit. The shuttle leaves at 3:15, so I've got like another half hour before I need to be anywhere. I went and got myself some ice cream, a bit of candy, and those chocolate bars I mentioned. I've got about half an hour left, so gonna find a spot to chill here and then meander my way back to the ship. Alright, back on the ferry now, on our way back to the ship. It's just past 3 o'clock, so I should be on time for work at 4. Hopefully everything is good. Good day out exploring.
Just a face in a crowd waiting to be seen. Big dreams set in motion. I wanna go where no one's ever been. I would climb the highest mountain. I would dive the deepest sea, just so I could make you feel what I feel. Aiming for the sky. Yeah, I really thought we'd make it. Got my head in the clouds, but I can see the world from up here. From up here, from up here. The world from up here. From up here, from up here. Can see the world from up here.
And that's all I have recorded for this video. Hamilton was really cool for me to break up the monotony of what my life turned into in Bermuda, but it is the last significant video that I have recorded on the island. Going forward into my recording schedule, we're actually going to start finally getting into some of the behind the scenes of what it's actually like living on a cruise ship. I have a collection of bits and jokes and random recordings that I have of me and other crew fooling around. I've got a bunch of videos scheduled, like the ship tour, a day in the life as a photographer, what my job entails and the duties that I was responsible for. So all of that is going to be coming out in the near future, as well as video recordings for things like New York and Miami, some of the port of origins that we had. And then stage 3 of my cruise journey is heading to Canada, but that will be into the new year. So I hope you're enjoying my fall schedule for what I've got. A lot of content about the actual cruising experience as an employee, less travel focused, but I'm really excited for it. As I said, I'm already deep into editing the cruise ship tour, and I put this video out to give me a little bit more time before that uploads, but you can be excited for that to come out on the 27th. Anyway, thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel, as more videos are coming out every week, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.